So, hello guys, welcome back. I know I have been gone for quite a while now, um, but it was a necessity. It was something that we needed to do. But I'm back right now, and I'm super glad to keep sharing with you and making content for you. Um, so all the series of back to my trips have been done. I review all the trips that I can review for you guys, trips that I know you were going to learn a lot. So now we are in this new segment that I created is over a cup of coffee. In this case, today is going to be over a big cat. Um, but what is basically what I'm going to do with this new segment, with this new section, is that I'm going to try to teach you how to make those budget friendly trips happen, how to make this lifestyle of traveling happen. Um, and I want to clarify, make it clear. I am not telling you to quit your job, to start looking job abroad, to sell your house or pack all your stuff with your family and start traveling around the world, begging for a job here and there. No, that's not what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that you can keep your regular life and you can actually travel once or twice a year if you put your head and your mind and your effort through it. Um, Something that is very important to make a budget friendly traveling lifestyle happen is planning ahead and actually being savvy with those apps. Trying to look through those apps, through those pages that actually um, let you have a lot of savings on either the airfare or the hotel or the tourist pass or the transportations. So the key to all of the budget friendly traveling lifestyle is to actually plan ahead. Plan ahead, and when I'm saying plan ahead, it's not a month ahead, it's like 6 months ahead. That's when you need to start planning your trips a month in advance, 6 months in advance. That way you start picking your destinations. Like when I'm trying to pick my destinations, I have three completely different destinations in mind. Then when we get that between my husband and I, because this is a teamwork, um, between my husband and I, we start doing this rough budget about airfare ticket and the hotel. And when we got that, we actually have in mind already if we are going to need transportation. If we need transportation, that's an adding cost, and that is when you have to make the decisions. Um, where you're going, how much you want to spend, and how much you actually have. Another trick that I have for this is don't start don't start like getting in debt to be able to travel. Like I think that's the very rookie mistake that everybody that is starting traveling or adding travel to their lifestyle, to their life, have done at the beginning. Like we get in debt. I was one, my husband was another, and I have met so many others that have get in debt just to be able to travel. And there's a way to do it, and I will be more than happy to show you how to do that without getting in debt. Um, and it's possible for everybody, and that's the purpose of this new section, to make it possible for you, to make it possible for the regular people that have a daily job of 40 plus hour a week or have more than one job, to make it happen, how to plan it, how to make it happen. um, but the basic is try to plan ahead, try to make those rough budget. Don't try to make luxurious trip if you don't have it. There are sometimes that you can do luxurious trip, but there are sometimes that you have to do like a more accommodations to make it happen, depending with how many people you go and where you're going. Um, Choosing destinations that you don't need to use a car is a must because you can save a lot in those. Using tourist pass is another must, and being able to book your trips, being open-minded to book trips during the week instead of during the weekend, because this is during the week is what the most of the time when people try to travel instead of the week, and try to travel. And you have to travel off season. You try to have travel in high season, forget it. You're done. That's not going to happen. That's not a reality. And when you travel off season, you have so many benefits that I'm going to go over it little by little. But one of the benefits, you're going to see the same places that other people saw or visit, and you'll be able to enjoy it without all the bustling, without all the people, without all these noises and extra facts that are going to affect your traveling experience. Um, I travel a lot to Europe. When I travel abroad, I'm like trying to get there first because it's quite the time to get there, and normally it's not as easy as to plan something nearby over here in this side of the world. But try to plan your trips, and when you're planning your trips, especially to Europe, Europe is beautiful. And one of the beautiful things of Europe is that you can have those rail pass. You can travel through through train. You can travel through metro and all that, and you can walk. Walking around Europe is so inspiring. I really envy them. That is something that we don't have here in the USA, and I really envy them. I wish we had that here in in the USA. Like we can walk and we can actually enjoy the environment and the ambience around us is something very unique. But in Europe, that's something very common for that, and for me, it's one of the most experience. Um, have in mind your audience, and when I bring the audience here, like I say, I love traveling to Europe a lot, but if I'm going to travel to Europe and it's just me and my husband and my mother-in-law, I know I will be able to do everything that I want there because they're so in tune with me and they enjoy so most of the stuff that I plan. Like we are all enjoying the same stuff. I am a museum savvy. I am a walking around the streets, getting in the metro savvy, like those type. I'm eating in bistros in the morning and stuff like that. And I like to get into those alley streets and all that stuff that you go there and you find these very unique stores that nobody exposed to tourists. They're very local, and I like getting mingled in that daily life. So have your audience, because if I'm traveling with my husband and my mother-in-law, I can do that. But if I'm traveling with my mother, or if I'm traveling with my brother-in-law, they are completely different to me. They are people that want luxurious. They want to spend a lot of money because they want to spend the less money but get the best stuff without compromising. And yeah, no, no. We have to be very, and they don't like museums. So if we are going to Europe, I probably would not invite them because they don't like to go to museums, and that is something that I love about Europe. Museums are so cheap compared to United States, believe it or not. They're so cheap and they're everywhere and they're so interesting. Um, but yeah, have your audience in mind, because having your audience in mind will make it way easier in the type of what you're going to plan ahead for the day. I try to plan for the days. I try to plan having in mind how much time is going to take me each and every activity, so that way I do like a very time specific activities for each and every day. That's why I'm able to say, hey, we are going to Europe. We're going to Paris. It's 10 days, and in 10 days we're going to do this. Or like we do in New Orleans, my husband say, well, we can go just for 6 7 days. Um, so I have like to there's this much activities to do, but I have to limit it to this much. Equally, when we go to Italy, um, there's so many stuff to do in each of every city that we visited that day, that that year, that it was very hard to limit it, like filter it to the type of activities that you want to do. Um, but it's something that you have to have in mind, have the audience in mind, and having the audience in mind will help you to plan the best and avoid all those complaints later, like, oh, you do this and I didn't like it, or I pay this and I don't see it, I didn't see the value, or anything like that. So it's very important to have the audience in your mind. And having the audience in your mind since the beginning is easier, because sometimes for certain countries, the bigger the group, the more you're safe. Example of that was Orlando. When we go to Florida to visit Disney and all that, the more people we got in our list traveling with us, we were able to save even more. And those are stuff that you need to have in mind when you're planning, and who you're inviting, why you're inviting them, and what you're going to do with these people over there to make those memorable memories with them. Um, Plan ahead, budget, audience, and pretty much don't try to buy everything in one push. Try to buy stuff little by little. Like the first thing that I recommend is like you're planning a trip to whatever except Italy. Italy, you have to plan your trip when you're in advance. I mentioned it in the video. If you didn't see the video, go ahead. The link is below in the description of this video. Go ahead and watch it. Um, So, like I said, don't try to buy everything in one push. Try to do this little by little. Like when we start planning any trip, we have a deadline of a month. We start talking about this trip, and in a month, we're about to start buying. We're about to buy the airfare ticket plus the hotel reservation. And if you're traveling with a group of people, make sure that you contact all of them on time, because most of the time, or either you have it in saving or you're going to take it away from one of your paychecks. So let everybody know ahead of time. Hey, by this time, I need you to send me the money for the airfare ticket and the hotel reservation. After you do that, you can go either by each paycheck, or you can go either by month. Um, for Italy, I go by each paycheck, and it was something very, very intense. Italy was very intense, I'm not gonna lie. Something that's recommended to do in a year in advance. I was trying to do it like in 6 months. 6 months in advance, 6 to 4 months in advance. So being able to reserve all the stuff that I was able to reserve for the attractions and all that, it was a win. It was a win already, and I am satisfied with all the reservations that we did. But let's try to doing it by each paycheck or by month. And once again, have your audience in mind and start talking with them. Hey, I'm planning to buy the tickets of the Touri Pass, like we did in Paris. In Paris, we did a Touri Pass that included all the rail pass and the tickets for certain museums. And I get in advance, hey, we're going to buy this day, and it's going to cost this much. Very importantly, have very clear this budget for everybody to understand, not only you but everybody. Make it as detailed as possible, and that's the other key to making a budget friendly travel happen successfully. Have this freaking budget to the very tiny bit of the details. My budget includes even the souvenir and the food that we're going to buy during our stay. And it's possible you have in mind ahead how much you're going to spend. Um, so once again, budget, audience, having time ahead to do those reservations. You're going to travel off season. Forget about traveling in the high season. That's going to be very expensive. And you're going to travel during the weekdays. So be very open in the hours that you're traveling, because you're going to travel in the most unconventional hours to make it happen. Um, and that's totally okay, and that is totally fine. Um, yeah, it's totally up to you how you're going to make it happen, how you're going to succeed in this. But I'm going to give you those key, and that's what I'm looking for. And with all this, um, you will see me more active in my social media. If you have not followed me, follow me Instagram. Um, Follow me in Facebook as well. And I don't have any other besides this, any other social media. So follow me Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube. If you found this video useful, motivational, inspirational, um, leave your link, leave your like, leave a comment below, share it, subscribe to my channel, and pass the word to other people so we can impact the most people and help the most people to make this happen. I'm so excited to help you to make this happen for you, because I know the impact of traveling in the life of a person is something very real. Is something like myself. You are in the work, and when you have a vacation, you're starting to do the countdown. Like, hey, we're 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, a month ago, we're 2 weeks. Stuff like that. You start to do that countdown, and it's exciting because you're looking forward for something that motivate you and inspire you to keep working, to keep you moving in your workplace, besides just paying the debts or paying the bills and stuff like that. And it's very motivational, and it helps you so much mentally and physically to keep moving forward. And I want that for everybody. My motto is traveling should be for everyone. Everyone can do it. It's not just for rich people or anything like that. No, everyone can do it, and it should be for everybody. So everybody can not only have those beautiful moments, but you can spend your viewing life when you go travel to other countries. Um, Something that I forget to mention: be prepared for the weather. Planning that weather is very important, and I'm going to mention it a little bit more later. And traveling should be for everybody, no matter regardless of your mental or your physical health. In my case, I don't know if I mentioned, but if I mentioned it already, I am a person that suffers from anxiety disorder. It's not very easy for me um, to be mentally ready to take those trips when there are 8 hours or more, 6+ hours, and especially when you're traveling over the ocean. You go like, anything can go wrong. Your mind goes crazy, and you have to prepare mentally for that. And that is something that I really I'm going to explain a little bit more in another segment here, but I will reach that mentally community wellness as well. Once again, leave your like, subscribe, and I will see you all in our next cup of coffee.